viewers, welcome to another episode of Real Side Counsel with me, Caroline Give. And we've so much lined up for you in today's show. And with me is Gloria. Just introduce yourself to our viewers.
Hello, viewer. My introduction is so simple. Okay, it's Gloria Mugalo here, God's delight. Just God's feet on the earth, his hands, his mouthpiece on the earth.
So today we're still on the topic of sexuality. And today we're going to talk about youth and sexuality. And there's a lot that happen in the youth. So let's talk about relationships in youth. Is it necessary to have boundaries, that is, boundaries in relationships while at courtship?
Yeah.
Is it necessary?
Yes, I think boundaries are good everywhere. Everywhere, whether in relationship, in career, in business, you know, whether it's mutual relationship or family relationship, boundaries are good. You know, sometimes we think we see boundaries as limitations, as imprisonment, as something that confines us, but really no, boundaries are important, they're good, because with boundaries there are no trespasses. You know, in case there's a trespass, you will know you've crossed the border. And with boundaries secure our lives, boundaries protect us, boundaries you know, keeps us safe. So it's very, very important even with the youth, whether relationship is just mutual relationship or you're in relationship that you're building it towards a marriage or whatever it is, boundaries are important.
Okay. And how should one live with these boundaries?
Yeah. One thing, you know, you can't really, if you not set boundaries with yourself, it will be impossible to set it with others. So one of the things that will help you in keeping a boundary, proper boundaries, is if you've learned to set boundaries on yourselves as individuals. How do I mean when I say setting boundaries on yourself? It's like, you know, I can go beyond this. As a person, I decide, maybe I can't go clubbing, I can't drink, I can't smoke. Those are boundaries I've set on myself. When I go out with friends, this time she'll find me back home. Those are boundaries I've set on myself. So if now I'm in a relationship with you, it will be very easy. If I've learned to live within my boundaries, it will be very easy. When I set boundaries with you, I'll be able to live within those boundaries. Now, how do I do that? You know, when you're relating, it's important. There are simple things. It's not like it's a complicated thing. You have to think through, sit down and write about it. No, it's a very simple thing. We are friends. What kind of friends are we? Maybe we fellowship in the same church, or we go to the same college. So what is, define your relationship? What's your friendship about? At least when I need help, I can easily call you. I need somebody to talk to, I can easily call you. I need this and this done to be helped in my assignment. I need, you need to define, first of all, what's your relationship about. That will help you build the kind of boundaries you need to build. Then, you know, when it's also a relationship maybe towards maybe marriage or something, still it's good, but the boundaries you keep, it's just like, yeah, we can hang out, we can take coffee together, but we can't be naked together. You know, those are good boundaries you set on yourself. And when you've told yourself that, as a person, first of all, I learned to do it with me. Now, when I'm with you, I also now we talk this, we express this to ourselves. It's like we take joy in it. It becomes fun because it's like I'm your security, you're my security. Yeah.
Okay, and you know, let's talk about the relationship that we've already defined this, and we're moving towards marriage. Is it okay, or yes, let me just, okay, is it okay for you to have the fear of losing this person, or every time you have that feeling, is it okay, or does it mean otherwise?
Fear
of losing this person.
Okay, you know, most of the things I do biblically. the Bible says that perfect love casts out fear. And at times, fear is always a snare of the enemy, and it comes in many ways. And many times you find out that the things you fear don't really happen. There are people who are so afraid of flying. You think, if I take a flight, I may fall. I'll have an accident and all that. But you take the flight and you arrive safely. There are people who are afraid of just many things, but you find that your fear really didn't materialize, like it did. Whatever you really feared wasn't even anywhere in the vicinity. But on the other hand, also, fear can also be good in the sense that it's a signal. In a way, it's like, for example, you may be afraid to pass at to walk on a particular path, maybe at a particular hour of time. You don't know why, but you're just like, ish, this place is quite bushy, or it's quite lonely, or it's like this. I can't walk there alone. It's a fear. Nothing has ever happened to you. You've never heard of even something happening to somebody. Later you'll actually hear maybe, that's a very dangerous spot. You don't. So sometimes it's a signal of something that may be going to happen, or something of the sort. So, but the thing is, in a relationship, you need to check yourself. Why am I afraid? Not just like I'm afraid of losing my future husband, but why am I afraid? Am I afraid because I've seen some signs? Or am I afraid because I'm just insecure? Am I afraid because I've been disappointed before? So there are so many things that that can cause the fear. But I need to answer first, why am I afraid? Now, when I know why am I afraid, maybe because I've been disappointed before, I'll know how to address it. It's easier now. I can't tell myself, no, this is a new chapter. This is a new person. This is not my ex, my whatever. So, and you challenge yourself into pursuing it. If it's because you've seen signs, you also tell yourself, I need to tread carefully here. I don't want to be heartbroken. Now you need to start building your maybe shock absorbers and your muscles, and just be ready and prepared for whatever it is. But one of the things I always tell people in relationship is this. If you are sure of who you are, you know who you are, you are so persuaded of who you are, when you lose somebody, your partner, you've not lost the partner. He's lost you, or she's lost you. That is, if you know who you are, whose you are. You are a person of integrity, you are a principled person, you are straight in your lifestyle and all that, and then the other party disappoints you, maybe breaks your heart and all that. Don't view it as I lost. He lost, or she lost. So I don't think it's really something that should make you so afraid, and so afraid to live life, because some people get so afraid until they stop living. They start living in that fear, just waiting for the moment it will happen. Start thinking of what will I do when it happens and all that. No, live a day at a time. Yeah.
So let's talk about if we've seen the signs of something fishy, that we think if this thing goes all like this, we might end up parting ways. Is it always okay for you to speak out and just discuss this with your partner, or do you have to just sit there and wait?
No, I don't think it's proper to wait. Communication is very important in every relationship, whether parents to children, mutual friendships, or couples and all that. Communication is very, very important. And with communication, you need to be in a friendship where you're not afraid to express you. You're not afraid to express your fears, or your strength, your courage, A proper healthy relationship is a kind of a relationship where I am bold enough to define me, to express me, the lionic in me, to my partner without him or her feeling intimidated. At the same time, I should be able to express my fears without the other person not feeling accused of anything. So it's very, very important. Talk about it. You're afraid of losing the person. You don't need to. That way you communicate. That way you talk. There's no particular formula I can tell you. This is how you approach it. No, but talk about it. Find a way of expressing your fears, and give room to listen. Give room to listen to reason, and the other party also should be able to help your fears, like encourage you out of your fears. But if you find, you don't determine the response also of the person. So even in your expression of your fears, don't express your fears expecting, I need this kind of response. The response is not determined by you. The thing is, be open to the kind of response that will come, and that is the response that will make you now decide, am I to pursue this or am I to stop? Because you can tell somebody, hey, mbona siku hizi umeanza kuhide phone, mbona umeweka password na ukiweka, I think I'm afraid something is going, and the person is like, wacha utoi wewe kwani nini, this is my personal stuff, what do you want, there's a way they will respond. But you don't have to react also against that kind of a response, because they're also just telling you who they are. And but that should help you determine, is this where I want to be or I want to leave? Or they will tell you, no, actually, I had kids in the house or this and this. I decided to put my password. There's nothing to be afraid of. Or it's just for security, but there's nothing to be afraid of. If you want to access my phone, you can. But the response belongs to the other party, but you express your fears.
Okay, we're going for a short break, but when we'll be back, Gloria will still be in the house discussing about youth and sexuality, and mostly relationship in youth.
You may not have the money, but you have Christ. You may not have the resources, but you have Christ. So let Christ take the reins. But let not that grasshopper mentality kufunge. It is not a must that God is always with the majority. Kuna watu wanasema kwamba when the people are majority, Mungu ako upande yao. It is not so. God is not neither in the majority or in the minority. Don't give up. Don't be discouraged. Continue being faithful to God. Stay in His presence. Read His word. Continue praying. Continue being faithful. Katika your giving and offerings, paying your tithes, continue being faithful. In the fullness of time, Mungu atashuka.
Whereas God may have instructed us to do some things, hear this today, the transport must remain correct. Whatever we begin, whether of God or not of God, it will begin somehow. But hear this, beloved of God, only what Jehovah has authorized will stand the test of time. And me and you as a believer must be careful, because the seductive powers of the devil will always try to come to us to take an advantage of what God is doing to answer our problem.
discussion, and Gloria is still in the house. We're talking about youth and sexuality, and we're mostly talking about relationship in youth. How should one live with this fear? Maybe you're afraid of losing this person because you've been broken before, or just because of insecurities. How do you live with this fear of maybe I might lose this person?
I think we were never meant to really live with our fears. That's why we're talking about expressing it, you know. Once you feel it, it's a feeling. You may fear, you may have a feeling, but it's not a reality. The fact that you're afraid of losing the person doesn't mean you're losing the person. It could just be a feeling of that moment. And feelings come and go, you know. You don't need to live with it. It's not like a birthmark that is in an unpleasant place that you say, no, there's no way I can remove this birthmark, it just has to stay there. No. A fear is, you know, like the Bible actually is clear on about fear. Fear is a snare. Fear is of the devil. And you don't have to entertain fear. Express it, because that's the only way to manage it, to overcome it, not to live. Don't settle on living with it, surviving through it. No, confront. Actually, the thing you need to do is confront your fears. And before you confront it with the person, confront it with you, with yourself. That's why I said in the beginning, find first of all from you, why am I afraid? Is it because of a past? Is it because of the signs I'm seeing? Is it because of somebody said something? Is it because sometimes we, especially for us ladies, maybe you call your partner and he doesn't pick your call and you feel, he never stops speaking. He always picked my phones. Now he's not picking. The whole day you'll be disturbed and thinking maybe he was busy with somebody, you know, all those kind of things. No, it's a fear you need to confront. Am I insecure? Because a proper relationship should make you feel secure. Whether in the presence of the person or the absence of your partner, you're so secure. You know, I know my partner. There's nothing to be afraid of. So don't settle on how do I live with this fear. You don't need to live with the fear.
Okay. And there's the thing of, I don't want to say standards, living standards or what, but is it okay for you to change for your partner?
To change for your partner?
Or maybe you found this partner, you found this person who lives a different life like you do, or yes, a different life, and you feel like, can I change just for this person to make this person happy? Or this person tells you, I need you to just change your standards to suit my standards. Is it okay?
Wow, it's quite wide. The thing is, first of all, I need to understand what do I mean by, like, because in life generally it's good to have standards. It's not right to have standards. When you, it's standard when you say I can't drink from, you know, a Mabati cup. You know, I'd rather melamine. Then it's somebody may look at it like pride, but personally maybe I think I don't just like Mabati cup because in an ichoma mdomo. It's not like I'm proud or something in an ichoma. So I'm comfortable drinking from, and it's a standard. I can't eat on the road. I can't walk with maize eating on the road, you know. It's a standard. I can buy the corn, put it in my bag, get home and eat it. It's a standard you set, which is good. So, and we all have standards. Everybody, whether you have them consciously or unconsciously, you have them.
Okay, let me take to a scenario like this. I'm used to dressing in a certain way, but when I meet this person,
he wants you to dress.
Yes,
yeah, I was coming there, but what I'm trying to just explain is we all have these standards, but they vary. So, and nobody's standards should be judged against. I shouldn't judge your standards against mine. Those are your standards. This is how you dress. This is how you are raised. Because I don't dress trousers, I'm used to long things and covering my head. I should not judge you in comparison to who I am. And now when we come together, we are two opposites. We are coming from different backgrounds, different upbringings, different places, and all that. What I would say is it's very, very important, because any relationship that works is there are those adjustments that people do. I'm used to living alone, maybe eating, I can do my thing on a pan and eat from the pan because I'm used to being alone. You've been raised where, and I can sit on the floor and eat. You've been raised in a background where you eat on the dining. You have to serve on the plate. You know, that etiquette is there. There's that standard. Now imagine these two people coming together. I can't stick to mine, and you can't be so rigid also about yours, because we are trying to come together, and you can't reject me because of this, and I should not reject you for your standards. But the thing is, I need to understand. You need to help me understand. The girl really eating from the pan is not really. it's not proper. It's not moral. It's just not nice. You know. And I need to see the value of that. And when I'm changing to start eating from the dining, I'm actually not changing for you. You look at it, actually it's not for you I'm changing. It's for me. That changes for me. I'm adopting a value, a virtue that I didn't have before, that will work for me. Hata nikienda ugenini, I'll be comfortable.
Sure.
Now, you see, if I go in a place where they're eating like that, ulinisaidia. But if I look at it like I'm changing for you, I will not change. I will tell you, no, this is who I am. But the thing is, in relationship, it's very, very important to be flexible and ready to adjust for each other. You are not really dropping your standards by changing. And you're also not changing for the other party. Just look at it as like the kind of change I want to embrace is for me. Because if I do it for you, I'll also be tired. Or the day you will annoy me, I'll go back to my roots. You know, the day you offend me, hurt me, I'll go back to what I'm used to, just to get back at you, to annoy you. So it's important to adjust, but you're not changing for the other party, you're changing for yourself. And it's both ways. It's both ways, so it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now let's talk about the differences. How should one live with these differences?
Differences is a beautiful thing, you know. I think the world will be so boring if we were the same. That's why you find even with the twins, in as much as they have a lot of similarities with them, they're still too different. No matter how close, no matter how identical they are, their fingerprints are different. So I think from the beginning, God just loved diversity. God loves difference. And that is why even in creation, he didn't make Adam and Eve the same. They are alike, they are the same, yeah, but our even body formations are very, very different. So that should tell us that our differences were never really meant to divide us, but actually to complement us, you know, to make life more interesting. And imagine if we were all just noisy, we all parrots, we all, you know, who will be silent to listen to the other? And if we were all also just that quiet. So, number one, I think when it comes to differences, embrace it as a beautiful thing, as a unique thing, that God made us different. And your different from me doesn't make you my enemy. No, it just make me life more interesting, and just to know, okay, how do we complement each other? It's interesting when I can speak a language you don't understand. You speak a language I can't understand, but then we have a familiar one that now we need to, that can make us understand each other. But it was never meant to be like, you are Kikuyu, I'm Meru, you are Luya, I'm Luo, so let's be enemies. No, it was just for the beauty of life. So when you're different, I think it's a beautiful thing. Embrace it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Gloria, for your time.
Thank you.
And in case our viewers want to reach you, where can they find you?
Yeah, I'm on WhatsApp. You can find 0721 862 408. Then I'm on YouTube and look for Gloria Wonderful Mugallo. I'm on Facebook too as Gloria Mugallo.
Oh. Okay. Thank you for watching Riverside Council with me, Caroline Vivian. And behind me is a beautiful background courtesy of Alican Deco, which is located in Kawasukari, opposite Quickmart. Keep your comments coming, and you can find this conversation also in case you didn't get time to watch it. You can find it in YouTube, Riverside TV Kenya, and still in Facebook, Riverside TV KE. Till next time, was just Caroline Vivian.